Caesars Sportsbook has separation between 5 teams and the rest of the pack. The Suns have the shortest odds to win the title at plus 450. The only other teams shorter than 11-1 are the Warriors, Nets, Bucks, and Sixers. So, time to put 5 on it. I'm going to tell you the top 5 candidates to win NBA Finals MVP this year, and check out number 5, Ja Morant. That's right, I said it. His team is really good, underrated. They have a really good record against good teams this season. He is playing just about as well as anyone in the league already, and he reminds me of Joe Burrow. Everyone's saying, oh, they're ahead of schedule and it's not his time. Ja Morant, like Joe Burrow, ain't trying to hear that. His time is right now. He could win Finals MVP this season, and his team might be good enough to do it. Number 4, you know this guy because he's already done it. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Look, it's hard to repeat as Finals MVP, mainly because your team's got to get back there. But the Bucks are live to do it, and Giannis showed last year with a 50-piece in the deciding game. He is up for the big moment and has real chances to do it again. At number 3, Kevin Durant. People are really not thinking about the Nets right now, but Kevin Durant is the best player on every court he steps on anywhere in the world nowadays. He's better than everybody else. He was so much better than Giannis last year, who won Finals MVP. They were smoking the Bucks, and they were doing it without James Harden before Kyrie also got hurt, right? Nets could easily get there, and KD could easily win it. But I would say at this moment, the Sixers have their act together a little bit more, and that's before James Harden starts playing. And if you're wondering, well, how would Harden play with Embiid? Think of the point guard that Harden played last year on the Nets. It was the best pure point guard he's ever played. A 22-point-a-night guy setting up his teammates, and the big fella Joel Embiid is playing the most well-rounded center maybe ever played, could easily be your Finals MVP. At number 1, and this is as much my hope as it is my prediction, Steph Curry. I have long said Steph Curry has not been a big-time shot maker under pressure in the finals. That's why I said I want Iguodala. And I meant it, and I mean it. But Steph started turning a corner, hitting big shots in the finals against Toronto when last seen there. And my hope is, even with all his shooting struggles, he comes up big if the Warriors make these finals and does it. Those are your top 5 potential Finals MVPs. Here we go. Big Perk is here. I was about to race past Big Perk. Your reaction to my impeccable list, Perk?
You know what, Max? I don't know how many lists you have done throughout your career, but you actually need to frame this and put this in your man cave. This is actually the best list you probably have ever came up with in your career, period.
Look at this.
I want to applaud you. Look, you have, for the first time, mark it down. We talking about February the 23rd, 2022.
Indeed.
You actually have no argument about this list from me. For the first time, me and you on the same page.
If I would have known that, I would have put in my... let me tell you who I left off the list. Who do you think, who's the first alternate on this list? I got to find something to debate you about. Who's the first alternate? I got someone in mind. Who do you have?
I would have to say Jimmy Butler. I would have to say Jimmy Butler.
I have someone else. I have someone else. So finally we can debate it.
Well, you're
Devin
wrong.
Booker, Perk.
We could debate.
Book would be my next guy. I struggled with Devin Booker or Ja Morant. Devin Booker's the type of dude to show up in the big moment. The Suns are really, really good. CP3 could be back in time to help get them there. What do you think about Book at number 6?
You know what? That's not a bad pick. We're talking about a guy. Anytime you have a guy that could go out there and get you a 50-piece wing dinner, you can't go wrong with that. We already know D-Book is one of the, best prolific scorers in the game today. So, Max, you can't go wrong with D-Book. And you're right. Phoenix do have a great team, and they should be the favorites to win, especially if they could get a healthy Chris Paul back towards the end of the season.
Oh, for crying out loud. This is the first time we ever agreed, then we agreed twice in a row. Kendrick Perkins, ladies and gentlemen.
It's a good day.
Well, it's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. This just Injustice. After getting teed up, UConn head coach Dan Hurley was given a second tech and ejected for pumping up the crowd. Hurley would get the last laugh as UConn took down Nova. Perk, your thoughts on what you saw last night?
I mean, this is ridiculous. And look, not only do college have to clean things like this up, the NBA have some cleaning up to do. There's nothing wrong with Coach Hurley getting fired up. Look, they're at home. They're going against Villanova. Like, you're taking away all the joy from the game of basketball. This is what it's all about. Like, come on, Max. You know that. They wrong for this. Those referees should be fined.
This is what you want. He got teed up. He's pumping up the crowd. You're knowing that the next tee throws him out of the game. What is this? Nuts. Great finish to the game.
And there's going to be a bunch of credence in this building. So I think it's going to be pretty cool.
Man, let's go, Hoop.
There you go, Brock. Let's get the crowd going.
Look at this.
He might be trying to get MVP, Red.
The greatest shooter the game has ever seen. Past, present, and future.
He's putting on the show. This is what we all came here to see.
All he needs is a bucket.
Game-winning shot by LeBron James.
That was an unbelievable game and finish.
All right, NBA All-Star Weekend in Cleveland in the books. Games tip off again tomorrow night, including the Warriors who visit the Portland Trail Blazers. And in case you missed it Sunday, we just reminded you, Stephen Curry was Stephen Curry. He was incredible, and he was well deserving of that MVP. At age 33, almost 34, he's truly playing better than ever. This after a couple of tough years for the Warriors. No Klay Thompson for the last 2 seasons, no playoffs the last 2 seasons, but wow, they are back with a vengeance, trying to maintain the culture they created during their finals runs a few years ago. Malika Andrews caught up with Curry in Cleveland.
10 years, I want to be, known as a true professional.
NBA MVP Stephen Curry.
Hopefully still in the league and still effective in the league.
All-time three-point king in the NBA.
It starts now and building a foundation for later on down the road.
The kid who came into the league, who couldn't get his ankles right, you've come a long way from that, Steph Curry. Do you think back to that at all in terms of longevity?
If you're around long enough, I feel like you get a little bit of every experience that the NBA has to offer.
Yeah.
The highest of highs, the lowest of lows, and everything in between. It's special, and I understand the beauty of what we built in Golden State in terms of our culture and our core has built. We're trying to maintain that for as long as we can. So everything that goes into it is just about maintaining the joy for the game, because I got a lot more to accomplish out there.
So early in the season, you're winning at a pace that's evoking the 2015 Warriors for folks. And then you guys start to come back down to earth a little bit. But when you're looking at Juan Toscano over here, maybe Andrew Wiggins even over there, what are you saying to those guys who know what your goals are, but are also seeing this?
What you say is basically, we are our own team. This is a new journey. Like, we're not that team. The comparisons and narratives are going to follow us because we won before, and because me, Draymond, and Klay and Andre are back, trying to get back to that level. But this team is different, and we haven't, accomplished that goal together. For us, this group to do it for the first time would be pretty special.
Here he is, Klay Thompson. Welcome back.
Part of being whole was getting Klay Thompson back. Do you two talk about how the expectations for him in any way, how that's linked to the expectations of the team?
It's funny because Klay only knows, the championship runs. When he left, we were, still chasing championships. So he still has that in his mindset, which I love because that is the goal. I think he feels a little bit of the pressure and expectation, but I think it's healthy in terms of motivating him and driving him.
I think she's taking advantage of the moment for sure.
Last time you won a championship, Riley was...
She was 6.
She was 6.
Yeah.
So she remembers a bit. Your son wasn't born yet. Your second daughter was a
3.
Bitty baby. Is there a part of you that thinks about winning when they're at ages that they can remember and enjoy it?
Absolutely. That's just the extra cherry on top in terms of the excitement and the atmosphere of a champion, of a finals arena, the parades and all that stuff. I know how much my son loves just being around the locker room and going rogue on the court and running around pregame and stuff like that. So to hopefully have the honor for him to see what a championship, atmosphere feels like and see, that celebration, that would be pretty special.
Hard to believe it has been a minute since they won. So Curry's championship hopes definitely in reach this season. According to Caesars, Golden State has the second best odds to win the title, trailing only the Suns. The Warriors are now 6.5 games behind Phoenix for the 1 seed in the West, but the Suns will be without Chris Paul. Remember, he has the thumb injury, out 6 to 8 weeks. We thought we'd take a look back at the first half of Stefan's season. Really unforgettable. He's done so many good things. Of course, we know how well he does hitting those threes. This is December 14th at the Garden. A minute in, he had the three from the top of the key. That tied Ray Allen all-time. And then 7 minutes in, knocks down the three to set the all-time record. Career three, number 2,794 to take over first place on the all-time list. And Ray Allen, he was on hand to see it. Stephen giving the game ball to his father, Del Curry, as the game was paused to celebrate the achievement. Let's go to January 21st now. Stephen tallied another first with 5 seconds to play. This one surprised a lot of people. Tied at 103, inbounds, Curry, fadeaway jumper at the buzzer. And believe it or not, that was the first time in his career he hit a buzzer beater. Look at that, making just enough space to knock down the J as the Warriors won 105 to 103. That was the first time.
I don't believe you.
Trust me. Believe our researchers, if not me. This is Sunday, All-Star game. Hits the three, holding the follow-through. He had so much fun out there. And I like it when he puts the shot up and then turns around before it even goes through the hoop. His confidence is also at a new level. Knocking him down. He had 16 threes in all. Everybody in attendance, watch this. Now that is a good iPhone video right there. D-Wade, AI, Reggie Miller, everybody, all the greats loved it. Curry named the first Kobe Bryant All-Star Game MVP.